Hello, welcome to another edition of Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. Well, what can I say? What can I say? Well, as they say, cookie crumbles. If the cookie hasn't crumbled, the Titanic ship has sank. We are sinking faster than quicksand. If you're watching us for the very first time, don't forget to smash a like, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Right, it is Tuesday, and Man United has still not signed anyone, and the window is 2 more weeks to go. But the club will tell you, don't write us off till the transfer window's closed. Yeah, they told us that. Remember when they couldn't get Sancho, and they now got Pelistri, Ahmed, and Cavani, and they made you believe that these players were always on the horizon. No. These were desperate signings. Two of them have not even played football for this club. But they've not between Pelistri and Ahmed. They've not played even up to 12 games between them for this club, and that tells you how bad the situation really is. Also, look at Cavani. He was never on United's agenda. He was never there. It's just a fact of they had no one else. They just had to find someone to buy them. And they found him. He was cheap. He's injury prone at his age. Anytime he had an injury, he flew to Uruguay. And when Ralph Rangnick said, "No, you're not going to Uruguay. You're going to rehabilitate in Manchester," he said, "Bugger off. I'm not playing anymore. I'm just going to stay injured." And that's where this club has gone absolutely up the shit creeks. But let's take a look at where we have gone wrong. The fact of the matter is, when you buy something, when you're supposed to buy something in the season, it's all right. Let me go this way. When it's winter, you buy your winter clothes. You buy your hooded tops, you buy your gloves, you buy your hats, you buy your jackets. That's when you're not to buy t-shirts. When it is hot in the summer, when everyone's buying t-shirts and short vests and little crop tops and little baseball caps, that's when you're not to buy fur coats, winter jackets, gloves. It's just always done everything completely backwards. And that's why this club is in absolute total commisery. You see, the fact of the matter is this club has gone backwards. It has been going backwards for a while, but people have not realized how far it has gone. This club is not even a big club anymore. We are just a club who are living on past glory. And I'll tell you why we're living on past glory. Because of the name Manchester United. The owners are crap, the board are crap, and they bought crap players. So when you have a crap board, crap owner, and bad players, what do you have? A total shit show. And that's where this club is going. All right. We have sold. We have this club. You see how bad this club is? They let 5 players go for free. Could have got these 40 for Pogba, 20 for 30 for Pogba, 40. Let's say 40 for Pogba, 20 for Jesse Lingard. That's 60. Matic 5 or 10. That's already 70. Another 10 for what's his name? Matter, another 5 or 10, and they could have made easily 70 million for a club that doesn't like to spend. How did they let 70 million walk away from this club? That just tells you how bad the contracts are, how bad the system are, how bad the structure is in this bloody club. And that's why we are nowhere near Liverpool or or City. Because our organizational structure is non-existent. Each manager from Mourinho to Julie Van Gaal to Ole has always given them a list, but the list always comes back. Oh, we can't afford that. We're not gonna be held to ransom. So no, we're gonna get your second, your third, your fourth choice, and it just ends up being a bunch of shit. No matter how much you try to make shit smell, it's still gonna smell as shit. We could spray air freshener anywhere and anyhow. It is still gonna smell of poo. And this club is actually taking the fucking poo. Now, let's ask, why do players not want to come to United? The only players who want to come to United are either retired, past the best, and were just looking for a big payday. Think about it. Why would you want to come to Man United? We're not in Champions League. We're not topping the table. We're not challenging for the title. You want to be part of a rebuild that's going bloody nowhere? That just shows. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be realistic. And this is where this club is. We are absolutely in a total shit show. You see, over the years, they did know they never prepared for United. They never prepared for Alex Ferguson's exit. They never planned. This club never plans. They always think they have a plan A and a plan B, and they don't even have a plan D. And they now have a plan D because they're actually now desperate. That's where this club is. Desperate signings, looking for anything and anyone, looking for players who, oh, he's got 1 year left of his contract. Then yeah, we're going to go get him. He's cheap. No, mate, it don't work like that. Players who are not worth 100,000, we'll throw in 300,000 then just to let them come over. You had a new manager come in. A new manager came in and said, this is the list of players I want. This was in May. They said, this is a new vision, a new direction, that the club is not going to make the mistakes they made in the past. Talk is fucking cheap. Richard Arnold said, oh, I am here to make sure this club doesn't go through what went under the Woodward and Judge. But if you look at it from all angles, Richard Arnold, Jim Murtough, they're all the same. What is the difference? Nothing. I think this is going to go down as one of the worst transfer windows of all time. I'm going to tell you why. This transfer window is an absolute disgrace. It's an embarrassment. It just showed how disorganized, how disorientated, and how discombobulated and fucking confused this club is. I'll tell you a few reasons. Ole was just there to protect the Glazers. All he did was always say good things. He never told the truth. And when Rangnick came and told the truth, they kicked him out. So Ole, despite defending the Glazers, protecting them from being scrutinized by the press and always taking, oh, we're fine, blah, 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 blah. He was another puppet and a muppet. And when Rangnick came and told it straight that this club from organizational structure is bad, that you can't, they need to do open heart surgery and get rid of 10 players. Then he said the players don't listen. He asked them to do high press. They did it half time against Crystal Palace, and they never returned. He asked them to do extra training in the evening. They said they can't do that. Maguire said, oh, I guess I'll have to train in the evening. Got the fuck again, 200,000 a week, and you don't want to train in the evening, but because Ole always protected them. Ole let them do what they wanted to do. And now managers are finding it hard to control this bunch of wildebeests who just don't seem to get it. The fact that most of them are so thick and dense is even harder to train. You can't train a guy who has been playing so bad for so long. And I believe in every 10 house contract, they said the key players you cannot sell, you have to work and try to improve them. Maguire, Shaw, Rashford, Bruno. You got to work with those players and you got to try and turn them around. How the hell do you teach Maguire how to play football? How do you tell Rashford how to stop running to blind alleys? How do you tell Luke Shaw how to block a boy who's trying to cross the ball into how to keep close? How do you train that? Some of these players are just thick. When I say thick, they're thicker than 2 planks. But all they do, I tell you what they're good at. They are good at social media and complaining and releasing leaks around the club and telling the journalist friends about the situations in the club. But honestly, those players I've mentioned, take out Bruno. What's the common factor there? Or the English players? Rashford, Maguire, Rashford, Maguire, Luke Shaw. Then Henderson was there till he got moved on, and he said he felt like a caged animal. Get the fuck out of here! He's another twat. So, if you look at this from a critical angle, the club is going sideways. In fact, going the wrong way. We have played 2 games this season and lost both, conceded 6 and scored none. The only goal we scored was an own goal. So we have not put a ball in the net yet. So it's 2 games, 2 defeats, and 6 goals conceded. How does that sound? Oh, I told people over and over, don't get carried away with the summer season and the summer tours. Those are just to sell shirts and just to sell merchandise. You're not going to learn anything from that, mate. It's just a shit show, especially with this team. Oh, we beat Liverpool 4-0. Let's see if you're going to do that again next week. We'll see. We beat them 4-0 in the summer tour. You know, they even got a trophy for that. See what I mean? These guys have not won a trophy in nearly 6 years. The last guy who won a trophy was Mourinho. He got kicked out. He won us the Europa League, won us a League Cup, and he won us a Community Shield. Other than that, nothing else, mate. Absolutely nothing else. Ole, missed the semi-finals, gets to the final and fumbles. A guy who went to the finals and did not even change a single sub to the extra time looking for penalties. That guy, another clown. He deserved to go anyway. But fast forward. Eric Ten Hag, he came. He gave them a list. These are the players I want. Get them early. I want all my players on tour on that July. Oh, Murtaugh and Richard Arnold said, "Yes, we're going to get on. This is a new team, a new direction, a new administration." Like I said, talk is fucking cheap. It's easy to talk. Then those guys went to his house, obviously, to get them away from his house. He he took them to the pub, bought a few drinks, a few bevies, had a few rounds, a few donuts, a few meat pies, a few pack of chips, a Walker's chips with with the beer. They had it. I started talking. He started talking. I was his ass. Oh, there is money available for this manager as much as he wants. Really, mate? Are you sure about that? Because if that's the case, United would not be considering buying players when they should have bought them back in May. You see what I mean? That happened in July or early June or late June, whichever way it was. We're now in August, going into September, and United wanted to sign two players. Please don't say free because the third player was a free transfer. That don't even count. We bought 12. We got spent 12 million on Malaysia and 45 million on Martinez. That's 57 million. For a team that came sixth, you would have expected as soon as the transfer window opened. When you go to a dog track, a dog racetrack, and as soon as the shutters coming and they put the little bunny in front, and the dogs start chasing, that's how United should have been. First on the list, getting players who will make impact, players who could turn your season, players who could make your team better. No, not this United. Oh, they said, you know what? We're going to start with a guy they wanted. Ten Hag gave them a list. Louis Van Gaal said, no, don't go to that club. Louis Van Gaal advised Eric Ten Hag, don't go to United. They are a commercially based club. They don't want to win. They don't want to win trophies. It's a club based on commercial. But Eric Ten Hag didn't listen. He should have spoken to Ralph Rangnick, but he said no. I remember that interview he had on his first day of the club. I'm not going to, and I didn't need to. They asked him, did you speak to Ralph Rangnick? He said, I didn't need to. I'm going to analyze the players myself. All right, you've analyzed. What the fuck have you found out now? You just realize you're now in an absolute shit show. You're now in quicksand, sinking faster than the Titanic. And this is where United are. But as I've said previously, Eric Ten Hag is beginning to realize reality. He won his first two games in the preseason tour. It was 4-0. 4-1. Then the goal started to get down. It went to 3-1, then 2-2, then lost 1-0 and drew 1-1. What does that say? As the opponents start getting harder, United started playing worse. Because like I said, talk is cheap, players worse. You see, United do well when there's nothing to play for. When it's just a friendly game, oh, United, they're king of friendlies. They are the kings of friendlies. They will win every friendly there is out there. When it comes to playing, when something's at stake, oh, they go goal down, and it's goodbye, good night. The lights are fucking going out. United crumble so quick, they crumble faster than a pie that was not even got enough flour in it. We are a club with put a cherry in it and make a nice cake with a cherry in it. And the cake, when you touch the cake, it crumbles like a pack of cards because it's not well done. No foundation, no flour in it, no milk and cream and sugar. The ingredients are not there. They just put a cherry in it to make it look pretty. You touch it, you won't try to slice it. Your knife goes right through it. In fact, your knife cuts it. Everything just crumbles like a pack of cards. This is what I'm saying. It just crumbles also like a sack of potatoes. But the fact of the matter is, United have to do the right thing correctly. If you're gonna buy players, you have to buy quality and not quantity. We keep buying quantity. We keep buying players who will sell shirts. That's what Louis Van Gaal said. This club is a commercial club. Commercial. All we do is buy things for money. We don't buy players that will make an impact. We don't buy players that will turn this club around. That's what Ronaldo said. But Oh, he's the scapegoat. Oh, I can't wait for his latest interview. The last interview he said the players don't listen. He tries to advise the young players. They told him to bugger off. You don't tell us what to do. Who the fuck are you? Oh, he tells you who the fuck he is. He's the five-time Ballon d'Or winner, five-time Champions League winner. What the fuck are you want? You don't even want an FA Cup. You see how stupid some of these players are? I would have thought, and you would have think, a man who has won everything at United level, league titles, he's won it. FA Cup, he's won it. League Cup, he's won it. Community Shield, he's won it. Champions League, he's won it. World Club Championship, he's won it. PFA Player of the Year, he's won it. Barclay Player of the Year, he's won it. Golden Boot, he's won it. So every medal, every trophy, every honor in the English game, he has won it. You would have thought that the players would look up to a guy like, oh, he's done it at this club. I want to be like that. Oh, no. These crybabies. Oh, no. His standards are there. He's trying to make us look bad. Oh, we're going to down tools, make him look bad. Who the fuck does he think he is? That's how sad and sick and twisted and confused these twats are. You see what I mean? You see, this club currently is what you call a mediocre. It's an absolute circus. Woodward is gone. Matt Judge is gone. The scouting team have gone. Marcel Booth and Jim Lola have all gone. Those buffoons have all left. But the circus has changed. But the clowns might have gone, but the circus is still the same. You see what I mean? And a different ringmaster. So it's the same circus, different clowns, a different ringmaster. But what's the difference? It's the same circus. That's it. Nothing's changed. Richard Arnold has done nothing different from Woodward. John Murtaugh has done really nothing. Oh God, don't let me get them two fools flew to Barcelona and came back with nothing. They flew to Turin to bring. They flew to. Oh God, it's so bad that rival fans are bantering us. They don't even say, Tim, MANUTD are rubbish. They just said an emoji, as in that or that, or a laughing face. Because we are a joke, an absolute joke. To lose to Brighton at home and get thrashed by Brentford, that now takes the fucking piss, mate. But I got to tell you this. As a United fan, are you honestly surprised? I'm not surprised anymore. You see, people say, oh, Tim, why are you bashing United? I'm not bashing United. I love United with all my heart. But I'm telling you as it is. It is what it is. This is a shit fest. And the longer this shit goes on, the longer we're going to endure this pain. There is no, it's like saying, how long is a piece of string? That's how long this season is going to be. If we start badly, we can take comfort. There are two things we can take comfort for. Arsenal lost the first 3 games and they came 5th. Ten Hag always has a slow start. But he's able to turn it around. But can he turn it around with these bunch of guys who can't play football properly? The McFred, Luke Shaw, Maguire. I'm sorry. None of those players, and I mean none of those players mentioned, would make it into City, even Spurs. I don't think they'll even get to Arsenal team. Is how bad this team is. We let 5 players go for free. We haven't sold anyone. We can't buy anyone. So what does that say? We can't negotiate. We are so bad. It's rubbish, mate. We let 5 good players go. Don't forget Andrew Herrera. He went for free. See what I mean? Because the contract and make this thing. Oh, let me give you breaking news. Phil Jones has started training again. He's on a 5-year contract. Yeah. Who gives a player 5-year contract? A player who doesn't play. This was what Rangnick was trying to tell this club. You can't be giving players contracts who are not even going to be in your plans. That doesn't bloody fucking make sense. But these guys are so stupid that you ask yourself, In their mind, you know what's so funny? In their minds, they think they're doing a fucking great job. Oh, we flew to Barcelona and you came back with what? Nothing. Flew to Turin to go and get Rabiot. We already told you. We knew that. Veronica Rabiot is a nutcase. That woman needs to be sectioned under the Mental Health Act. And her son, who thinks he's better than Zidane. I mean, give me a fucking break. We could have told you that. The fans knew this. We could have told you that. But you think by flying to Turin to go and meet a player who doesn't want to come to United, then you offered him a contract. You wanted Juventus were like, they wanted the buyer. They said, United are desperate. Come on, we'll give you a discount. Come over. We'll give 50 million. Oh, United drove down, flew up to Turin. Go to Turin, met Veronica Rabiot, mad woman. They sat with her son. Oh, he's just a bit better than McTominay, but he's nothing special, mate. He's nothing special. I will tell you that from over. But we told you guys, this guy, he doesn't like to turn up for training. He comes late. When he's disciplined, he goes AWOL. The mother starts to fight with the club, verbally abusing players, abusing the family, abusing the FA of that country. At Juventus, he was getting paid 125 a week. Did you know United are so stupid? They actually went to beg this clown. We'll make you one of the highest earners, top earners in the club. So let's play this back. Make Rabiot one of the top earners. Under what circumstances would that be? A guy who's not committed to play for anybody. Oh, Jesus. See what you see how confused this club is? How confused can you get? Rabiot was on 125 a week at Juventus, right? 125. He was not even playing games. He was just there. United were offering this guy 255 a week. Put him on the top earners. The mother said her son deserved 300 a week. Are you kidding me? But that was Veronica. We already knew the woman is a mad woman. We already knew she's confused. We already knew she's crazy. So why go through the pain? We would have told you that for free instead of flying to Turin, wasting time. That time you spent chasing 1 week, you achieved nothing. You've gone to Barcelona, you come back with nothing. 3 months you've been chasing De Jong. De Jong has said he ain't ready. United still chasing. Keep chasing. They spent 3 months chasing a marquee player. And other players they've lost. They could have got Anthony May for 40-something million. They did not get him. They decided to go get him. They now want to offer. They want him in August. I said we've closed the shop. So for open that shop and sell again, you need to bring 100 million. So that to United, fuck off. Now, the funny thing now is players. United are just going through Google list. What player is 1 year left on contract? Let's go contact him. They have no plan for CDM. I would have thought CDM would be the most important role player you will first get since that is the crucial role that we cannot even our midfield is so bad. Should have been a priority. But no, in United, it's not a priority. They're looking for a striker. They can't. It's still. I said this before. I said, for United to start the season with McFred, that's a disaster waiting to happen. We'll play Ericsson up 4-6, 4-8, double pivot. McFred, that combo is as bad as it can get. It don't get any worse with them. Them lot are rubbish. The two of them, it's like Dama. One can't pass, one can't keep the ball. So what the fuck are they still there for? Why McTominay is still starting, it baffles me. But you then look at it, who else is there? They sold everyone else. I mean, no, they didn't sell everyone else. They let everyone go for free. They let Pogba go for free. That's 40 million walking away. They let Jay Lings 20 million walk away. Excuse me. Excuse me. They let Matic walk away. That's 5 million right there. They let Mata walk away. That's 2 million. For a club that doesn't like to spend, if they like letting money walk away, right? That's the part I don't comprehend. Then they now pay crazy wages to players who are not even deserving of those wages. You see what I mean? You see that? And I honestly think, I believe Maguire is on a contract that says, if I'm not injured, if I'm not suspended, I must play. So he's undroppable. You see what Arteta did? He stripped Aubameyang of his captaincy and kicked him out. I think Eric Ten Hag was told, because you remember when Ten Hag said, Maguire is an original guy, he's authentic, he's a successful player. Successful? Under what conditions are we talking about? That guy hasn't won a sausage in his career. What the hell is Eric? When he said, I'm gonna keep Maguire as his manager, as his captain, I said, you know what? They've gone to this guy. They already told you, like, you know what? You're not changing your captaincy because it's going to hurt morale. Hurt morale? Under what circumstances? Why do you want to keep the same shit show from last season? Excuse me. Oh. Sorry about that. So, when you look at this from a critical angle, you got to understand it's a critical path. When teams have failed, the next stage is to go up. But when United have failed, the next step is to go further down. So you ask yourself, how low can you know that, Don? How low can you go? How low can you go? That's where we are. How low are we prepared to go this season? It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Players are actually turning down United in numbers. Rabiot, 300,000 a week. Get the fuck out of here. That guy, I mean, that's good riddance. He wasn't coming. He didn't want to come. His mom said, we don't have no Champions League football. So for us to come, you need to pay my son 300,000 a week. Really? Veronica, really? Stupid idiot. Then they turned their attention to Casemiro, 31-year-old defensive midfielder for Real Madrid, who's been there for 8 years, won everything. You think he wants to come and play Europa League in a league, in a team that don't know where they're going to come from? He said no. So Rabiot deal over. Casemiro done. Don't forget, a couple of weeks ago, we were chasing a guy called what's his name? What's his name? Benjamin Sesko. He said no. I'm going to RB Leipzig. He turned us down. Leroy Sané. United said they're looking at him. He said, I'm staying at Bayern Munich. This one was funny. What's wrong? Ex-Stoke, ex-West Ham went to China. United want to buy him. Wow. When I heard that, I said, this club is finished, mate. I said, this club is done. So when United start being linked to Marko Arnautovic, I thought this club is done. Benjamin Sesko, young guy. He said, nope, I'm going to RB Leipzig. Rabiot, 300,000 a week, get the fuck out of here. Casemiro said no. Even Matthias Kunta, young 23-year Atletico Madrid striker, in 30 games he played for last season, he scored 7 assists, 6. He said no. Okay, the no list is getting longer. Timber said no. That was influenced by Louis van Gaal. Morata. Why we are going to be linked with Morata, I don't get that one. Morata, who no one wants, he stays one season at club and they ship him out. United want to get Morata. Wow. How about you just go and get Peter Cech, retired Peter Cech, and tell him to come be a striker and just long ball? The funny thing is, even if we get a striker, who's creating the ball? Who's crossing the ball? There's no one to cross the ball or create the ball for a striker anyway. So it's just a graveyard shift in the first case. So it doesn't make any sense. See what I mean? Oh dear, oh dear. See, they are trying to rush. They're trying to rush Martial back. This was the guy they didn't want last season. Now they're oh Jesus. You see how bad this club is. So, Casemiro, no. Sesko, no. Rabiot, no. Mafias Kunta, no. Leroy Sané, no. Anthony, Ajax said no. Timber, LVG said no. Morata, that's a effing no. Now they're looking at Aubameyang, but they're going to battle Aubameyang with Chelsea. I mean, really? Have we really stooped to that level? When we started looking at MUFC, I knew we were in trouble. MUFC, mate. MUFC, ex-Stoke, ex-West Ham, and he went to Chinese League, and United won him. I mean, when we started signing players like Igalo, I knew we were done. It was a shit show. Igalo, really? Really, mate? This club is finished. I mean, finished. It's messed up. But the only way this club could get back is it has to be broken down completely and start again. That's the only way. I mean, new owners, get rid of these bunch of clowns, these thieves, get all of them out. Get new owners. The next owner has to be someone who could buy this club out, buy these crooks out, rebuild the club, and have the passion to want to be the best there is. If not, then we're wasting our time. Is that owner alive in this world? Is that owner somewhere? We'll see. Right. Yes. Welcome to the show. How are you? What do you think of the United situation so far? It is what it is. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching us for the first time, don't forget to smash a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Wow. See, we are at a point now. We don't have any pulling power. We're not in Champions League. We're not winning leagues. We're not fighting for leagues. We're not competing to win any title. So who wants to come and play? Nobody. The only players who want to come is players who just want to make cash out on one big more payday for the end of their careers. Those are the players who want to come to United. You're not going to have players who, oh, I want to be part of United. No, we don't have that pulling power anymore. Those days are over. We are done as a club. Hmm? Hey, how are you? Hope you're doing great. Right. So, as it currently stands, as it currently stands, as it currently stands at the moment, United have to figure out what to do. But I'm telling you, they don't know what to do because the club is in such disarray. Man United is a finished club. They are done, absolutely done. So if United are going to come back, the only way for this club, this great club, to come back is to get rid of all the owners, the board, and get rid of the bad players that are still in this club. That's the only way this club is going to come back. If not, all United are doing are just covering the cracks, putting a little, you know, when there's a little leak, you put a leak here. You know, it's like having a pipe, right? You get a pipe and there's a hole here. You just patch this hole. There's another hole, you just patch it. You're just patching the pipe. But the pipe is riddled with so many holes, you're just patching it. But one day, the pipe's going to just burst. And that's where we are. We are just burst. 100%. 100%, mate. I cannot agree more with you. The only way for this club is to get rid of the Glazers. But the Glazers are not planning to leave. It's like asking, why would you sell a cow that's giving you milk? You're getting good milk? You're not going to sell the cow. The only owners who could come in here, the only owners who could come in now is to buy this club out, rebuild the club, and buy new players and get rid of. When Ralph Rangnick said this, he did say this club needs open heart surgery. They were laughing at him. You know what they did? They got rid of him because he was telling the truth. The truth is bitter, but we were happy he told the truth. He said the players don't like to train. He said the players don't listen to him. He said the players think they know what they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing. He said most of the players there, he named some of them that were so poor. He said he's ready to work with Eric Ten Hag. He was looking forward to it to make sure they work together. You know what they did? The club didn't want him to speak with Eric Ten Hag. They got rid of him. Eric Ten Hag said, "Majestic, it's good to be self-belief, optimistic, realistic, and have your own analysis. That's fine. But it would have been good if Rangnick had spoken to Eric Ten Hag. If Ten Hag had listen to this guy. This guy would have told you that, listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Get rid of them because they are not good." But Eric Ten Hag is beginning to see the team for himself. Let's quickly look at nice. I like that. I like that. That is very true. That is very true. The only way this club will survive is if the owners are bought out. But till the owners leave, we are stuck with these guys. We are literally stuck with these guys. I would say this: there is no other way but to get rid of the Glazers. We are stuck. Is this Glazer? Is this Glazenomics? The funny thing is, they don't like to spend, but they pay play. How is it possible, right? Answer me this: we have the highest wage bill, and we don't win no trophies. Our wage bill is more than Man City, more than Liverpool, more than Chelsea, more than Spurs, and we haven't won a trophy in 6 years. How is that possible? How is it possible? The reason it's possible is we negotiate some stupid contracts that are stupid. If you're watching for the first time, don't forget to smash a like on our video. Thank you very much. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The only reason why players come to United is to get a big payday. That's the only reason, to get a big payday. That this club obviously know they're going to pay them. Rabiot was expecting 300,000 a week. 300,000 a week for a guy who's just beyond average. He's not a world-class player. His mom, who's his manager, is an absolute crazy. She's an absolute nutcase. So it's a good thing United and that dude's done. Just the list of no players, real quality players, don't want to come to United because have you realized great players who come to United, their careers always go backwards. It's like it's like the style of football stops in time. They go backwards in their football careers. Think about it. Players who were great in previous clubs, they come to United, it's all over. Why? The coaching is not good enough. It's so much elements and parts of this moving wheel of Glazenomics that is hindering the progress of this club. The Glazers will tell you, "Oh, we spent 1 billion on what? What have you bought for 1 billion?" I beg to differ. What have they spent for 1 billion, and how many trophies they got for that 1 billion? When you go into that, like Richard Arnold said, he must have had a few drinks. When he goes into the training ground, he cannot see what 1 billion bought. Yeah, you were there in the team with Woodward when he was buying crap. You pay players, you overpay players, you put players who you're not even going to play. You give them 6-year contracts. Look at what Ole said to Bailly. You're going to be part of my team. Did you see Bailly play? No. Phil Jones, did you see him play? Oh, I forgot. Phil Jones, he just started training again recently. And he's there on a 6-year contract and 100 grand a week. Waste of money, just waste. And yet, we can't buy decent players. See the problem here? We can't buy decent players because all the players we want, everybody has bought the right players. You do your business early. Look at man Liverpool. Ten Hag said he wanted Nunes. United were going back and forth, from back and forth, from back and forth. Liverpool went in there, boom, signed, done. You see how other teams do business? They don't waste time. But United, they do the monitoring FC, thinking about it FC, bidding FC, do the travel FC, go to the place and negotiate and come back with empty-handed and screwed and egg in their faces. That's the problem. This club is disorganized. Murtough and Arnold are just as bad, if not worse, than Woodward and Judge. At least them two clowns got players signed. These two can't even sign a headless chicken. See what I mean? They're just as bad as each other. They went to Barcelona, couldn't get anything done. Went to Turin to go, even the whole going to Turin to go get Rabiot. We as fans would have told you that's a no-go. The guy is not worth it. But he went there to go, oh, he's so cheap, 12 million. The guy's got 1 year left on his contract. They probably just Googled players with 1 year left on the contract in Europe. Let's go. And he brings out a list. All right, Rabiot, he's French international, plays for Juventus. Let's go. Fly over to Juventus. Made the negotiation. Now the guys told them, the mother said 300,000 a week. And you know what's so stupid? Man United said they were willing to offer him among the top earners. They're offering him 250 a week. The guy was on 125. You see how we spend money? Just pay money, throw money at players. And now you wonder why most players in United don't give a shit. Because they don't care. But this is the situation here. This is the situation we have. Yes. Can I raise an issue on the training complex? If the players are not complaining or moaning to senior management about their shit facilities that go, they won't do anything about it. Yeah, it is. When Ronaldo returned, he said, why is the swimming pool still having an issue that he had when he left in 2009? That was 13 years ago. That just shows you how bad things are. There was a swimming pool at the Carrington facilities that Ronaldo said was like that 13 years ago. They still hadn't fixed it. In 13 years, they now fixed it because he complained about it. You see what I mean? That's just how bad this club is. And let me not forget. The owners always take the 11 million dividends out of the club every year. They take the 11 million and they keep moving. And yet they say they can't afford this player because the club has a very poor organizational structure. The people who negotiate the contracts haven't got a clue what they're doing. They're clueless. They're slow. They spend too much time monitoring, thinking, bidding, whatever you want to call it. At the time you do all that, other teams have gone in there, done business, and moved on. That's the problem. So so you see how bad this club is really run. It will take a miracle, and I mean a miracle. We got Liverpool next Monday. I don't know what to expect. But some fans will say, "Oh, Tim, we beat Liverpool in the preseason 4-0." Preseason, when United have nothing to play for and under no pressure, they play well. But when they're under pressure and there's something to play for, they can't handle it. They cannot handle it. I would, if United lose to Liverpool 1-0, I'll be happy. I'll take a 1-0 defeat. Remember, last season they beat us 5-0 and 4-1. That's a total of 9-1. And the previous season they beat us 4-2. So the last 3 times we met Liverpool, we've shipped 13 goals. And that's a lot. Right, let me read out these comments. Yeah, the Glazers haven't, they spend money every year on what? Bad players. Crap. What we're buying is quantity and not quality. That's the difference. How many players have we bought that are game changers? If you can list me 4 players who've been game changers, I'll let you. I'll tell you that. But they haven't. Look, we spent 2 years chasing Sancho. 2 years chasing Sancho. And the other year when we didn't get him, who we did buy in his place? Pelistri, Ahmad, and Cavani. But the club will tell you we were always watching those players. No, you were not. United is lastminute.com. That's all they do. Rush, desperate, and just buy crap. Then they have the players with crap, then you can't sell them. We've not even sold any player. All the players who've left, Pogba, Cavani, Lingard, Mata, Matic, all went on free. We didn't sell them. The contracts ended and we let them go. The combined, all 5 of them would have given United 70 million pounds. But they couldn't even do that right. See how bad this club is? 70 million walked away. You've not sold anyone. Bailly is still there. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is still there. Brandon Williams is still there. Phil Jones is still there. Transavy is still there. Haven't been sold. We can't sell. We let those ones walk. We can't sell. We can't buy. So what does that say? And you say you're going into a new season with a new vision and a new venture. Come on, Breg. We ain't stupid. This club doesn't know his air hole from his asshole. That's the bottom line. Let me catch up. That is what I'm saying. You got the point there. You can't send players on high wages. Who gives them the high wages? Manchester United. Players who don't deserve to be put on high wages. They put them on high wages. No one wants to pay those wages. That's the problem. Martial, 225 a week. Rashford, 205 a week. Even when we loan them out, we're still paying half of the wages. That is the problem. So it tells you we throw money at players who are not even deserving of this kind of high wages. Then we can't sell. Nobody wants them. We can't even loan them out. What does that say? Glazonomics, disorganization. It's the people who negotiate these contracts that are killing this club. And that's where we are. So we're stuck with players we can't sell. We're stuck with players we can't even loan out because no one wants to buy these players with these wages. The Gea, 375 a week. Maguire, 225 a week. Bruno, 225 a week. Who's going to pay these wages? Nobody else. Remember, most clubs have just come out of a pandemic. Let me read some more. Keep the Glazers and improve the culture. The Glazers, you see, the problem I had with the Glazers is when the Glazers, you see, before the negotiation team buy the players, they have to get the approval from the board. The board have to get approval from the Glazers. So certain players, the Glazers will say, no, too expensive. Too expensive, right? Then they'll go for the next third, fourth cheap option. So we buy the cheap option and you throw big wages to get that cheap option, and you're now stuck. And you can't sell. You can't offload. The culture has changed because the players here have a weaker mentality. They own so much money and they don't care. They don't fight for the bad. We saw that last season. The only 2 players who did well last season was Ronaldo and De Gea. Everyone else was just there collecting a big paycheck. You saw them this Saturday, 4-0. Couldn't be bothered. Look at the defense. Playing with McFred. Half of that team, in fact, 9% of that team won't even walk into it. They can't get into a City team, a Liverpool team, a Chelsea team, also or Spurs team. Because the players are overrated, overhyped, and overpaid. Let's see if I can read some more. Yes, they brought Ronaldo, Sancho, and Varane last season. Right. That was good. It looked good. Right? It looked good. Then things started to get wrong. Sancho Ole wasn't playing Sancho. Don't forget, Ole was not playing Sancho. Varane was a bit injured, and it was now down to Ronaldo. But the players, in their own mind, had an issue with Ronaldo. So they down tools. Ole got sacked. He didn't have. He could have got CDM. Then Ralph Ranić comes in. Because they knew he was only going to be there for 6 months, they could not be bothered. So what would the Ranić done? Well, he said it so many times on his press conference. The players do not listen, and he said it over and over. The players don't want to train extra. He wanted them to play a high line. They did it halftime for Crystal Palace, and they never did it again. What does that say? Let's try and catch up with your comments. Fred was okay last season. No way, bro. No way. No Man United player. No Man United fan. McTominay cannot get into a Liverpool team. Come on, bro. McTominay is one of the. McTominay has the passion, but he's not a good footballer. We can see this all the time. His passing is always wrong. He passes sideways. You see, watch McTominay. He always hides. He always hides when it comes to football. Watch McTominay very well. McTominay and Fred are the worst combination United could have. Both of them are not the best footballers. The reason why they play well sometimes is when the opposition are not as good. Think about it. Even Watford said it, that anytime they played Man United, they knew once you put Fred under pressure, he would lose the ball. And that was the beginning of the end. Once you put pressure on Fred, he's going to lose the ball. And that's what happened yesterday. You saw it on Saturday. When the midfield collapsed, the defense is under pressure. Fred, when they cannot handle the ball, they can't handle the pressure, the defense collapses. With Maguire and Shaw, what do you expect? Not going to expect much. We don't have good footballers. There's no way McTominay, I could vouch for you today, McTominay will get into a Liverpool team. No way. He's not good enough. And that's the problem. So many players are not good enough in that team, but they think they're good enough because United keep playing them. Remember what Maguire said last season? I must be good enough because I keep getting selected. Of course you'll get selected. They paid 80 million for you. They're not going to put you on the bench. See what I mean? That's another one. 80 million for that. Give me a fucking break. But this is where this club is. Overpaid, high wages on players. Look at it. Man United's wages are more than City players, more than Liverpool players, more than Chelsea players, more than Arsenal, Tottenham. Yet they don't win trophies. What does that say? Yet we pay players the highest and they can't win a trophy. Not even a Carabao Cup, the easiest trophy to win in the lot. They can't even win that. What does that say? That tells you a lot. Huh? Mason Greenwood, when he comes back, good luck on that, bro. Good luck. I won't hold my breath when Mason Greenwood comes back. Mason Greenwood has the talent, but his selfish play will not let him progress. How many times did Cavani Ronaldo pass the ball? He decided to put the ball over the post. Pass the ball. Ronaldo's free. Bruno was free. Someone else was free. He tried. Football sometimes is teamwork. And when they advised him, listen, you could learn. Oh, he had an attitude. How do you have an attitude against players who have won everything for the same club that you are trying to grow into? Does that honestly make sense? No, it doesn't. If Ronaldo didn't play for Man United, I could say, yeah, he didn't. But he's been at United, won every single trophy in United Kingdom, every trophy. And you, as a United young player coming up, the least you could do is learn. When Ronaldo was there back in 2003 as an 18-year-old, he had to listen to Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand, Roy Keane, and some other players. He said they told him to do certain things and change his game and stop over dribbling. He had to learn. He didn't take it personal. He got on the ball and listened. But these guys, you tell them what to do. Oh, no, you don't tell me what to do. Who the fuck are you? That's the problem. Nobody wants to be held accountable. You make one complaint against a player. Oh, he goes to tell his agent, go social media, start running the math. The only difference between Jordan Henderson and McTominay sometimes shows passion, but he's not a good footballer. That's the honest truth. He's not a very good footballer. He showed the passion, the aggression, and blah, 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 but he's not a good footballer. He's not. Watch his game properly. Watch his game. When Man United play next, watch his game. Watch his game. And you see that when he gets the ball, he doesn't know what to do. He's not going to run with the ball. If he runs forward, he's going to lose possession. He'll pass the ball sideways because they are not technically gifted enough to do more with the ball than they currently have. The abilities are literally limited. He's your average footballer. He's no more than a 5 out of 10. And this is my opinion. I've watched United for so many years, and he would not make the best 20 midfielders United ever had. He won't make that list. Yeah, he's got the passion. What's passion with no skill set? What's passion with no direction? What's passion with no good footballing talent? That's a man nothing. United. McTominay will be United captain one day. No, I hope I'm still alive to see this one, because end of the day, he really doesn't contribute. So what does he bring to this team? Does he go forward enough? Does he pass? He gets the ball, doesn't know what to do, and loses the ball. Fred gets the ball, tries to go forward, makes the wrong pass. United are in trouble because they don't have players who could hold the ball, possession, and spray the ball and distribute the ball, because they are not CDMs. Or they kept playing them as CDM. So you had two players doing the job of one player. What we need is a CDM. As much as Matches was old, he still he was a cultural CDM. He knew what to do and sit in front of that back four. But with McTominay and Fred sitting in front of them, you literally have no one in midfield because they just sit right there to babysit the back four. And that's where all they started to make problems and just do counter-attack. We were doing counter-attack at home against small teams. Oh, soak out the pressure, hit them on a break. That's all we did. And when teams started to figure us out, they didn't give the opportunity to counter-attack. Hence, when the season started, they started blocking us out. They smudged us in the midfield, and we could not, where we counter-attacking to, because they cut the midfield off and we can't get the ball to the front. That's why we struggled last season, because teams have figured us out. And when Randy tried to tell them another tactics, they couldn't adapt. Brentford, like you saw, Eric Ten Hag said Brentford ran 14 kilometers more than Man United. Man to man, if you look at the two teams on paper, Man United is a better team. On paper, we're a good team. On the field, we're no good. That's the honest truth. Yeah, of course. Not every player has technical ability. But why do we always have more players with less technical ability? Why? McTominay brings leadership to the team. Bro, are you okay? I'm not a McTominay hater. I'm not. I tell you as it is. He's not a good footballer. I don't know what you've been watching. I don't know what part of McTominay's game you watch. He scores the odd goal against Man City, and you think he's Zidane? No, he's not. Even the hardest Man United fan will tell you McTominay and McFred, it does not work. They are not the best footballers. Out of both of them, Fred is the better of the two. And that's the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I love this club for my life, but I'm not going to paint stuff that ain't true. McTominay is not a good footballer. He is not. He has the passion, but he hasn't got a direction. It's just like kick and run players. You see what I mean? Football has changed. Football has changed from 20 years ago. And that's why players like McTominay, have you ever asked why nobody ever wants to buy McTominay? If he's that good, have you ever heard anyone say they want to buy McTominay? No, let's be realistic here. No, let's call it as is. Has anyone ever put in a bid for him? Like say, yeah, we want McTominay. Yes, no. Let's read out your comments. Yeah, that's the problem. Because he came up from the academy doesn't make him a great player. Talib Chong came up from the academy. It doesn't mean he's going to be starting. See what I mean? There are so many players who come up from the academy. Some of them don't make it. Now we want to sell James Garner. Why? They didn't even try him out. You even give an opportunity. But they want to go buy Rabiot, who's just a bit. See, you did realize they were going to buy Rabiot to replace McTominay. That was why they were buying Rabiot, to replace McTominay, because it's so obvious McTominay cannot play the way the manager wants the team to play, because he doesn't have the skill set. Eric Ten Hag, he's literally seen this shit show in front of him. He's seen right in front of him. Like I keep saying, preseason and summer tour is a very big confusion, because you get caught up in that. Oh, you're not. No, we should have done our business earlier. We should have got the players. Anthony, another very good technical player, who was 40 million in May. Now I want to buy him in August. For Ajax have said, listen, he's now 100 million. Is that slow waste of time? Lastminute.com, monitoring FC, still thinking about it, putting a bid, think about it. There's no time to think. For a team that came sixth, you would have thought, as soon as they came out of as soon as the transfer window opened, they were going there, get the players, the ones they needed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, CDM, a forward player, a winger, a defender, and shut down. But no, we bought one guy who's a backup for Luke Shaw. We got Martinez, and we got Ericsson for free. That's all we've done. Everybody else in the top six has spent and bought quality. Why? McTominay, no one wants to buy McTominay, not for sale, because he's not good enough, bro. McTominay's not good enough. Barcelona wanted Paul Scholes, but Man United blocked it because they didn't want him to go. He didn't want to leave Man United. But you cannot compare Paul. Now you're insulting Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes and McTominay, that's night and day. Completely night and day. You can't tell me Paul Scholes and McTominay in the same category. Now you're literally insulting Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes can pass. Paul Scholes can score. Paul Scholes can shoot. Paul Scholes can. He has a vision. McTominay hasn't got that kind of technical ability, bro. You can't compare night and day. It don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. If you're watching out, don't forget to smash a like on our video. Thank you very much, and subscribe if you're watching out for the very first time. Potential to be the next Roy King. I think you're either winding me up, or you're just having a McTominay great day today, because potential to be the next Roy Keane, I don't see that. If you know what, I'll tell you what. If Man United becomes the captain of Roy Keane, Man United, I'll give you $100. Wherever we are in the world, we'll put this bet on today. Today, the 16th of August, 2022. If McTominay becomes the captain of United, I will give you $100 or £100, whichever way we are. All right? I agree. We take that bet. Oh God. We don't need Anthony. We have got Pelistri, Chong, and Ahmed. Okay. Let me talk about that one. Pelistri, Ahmed, and Chong. Chong has been loaned out for the last 2 seasons. He's about to be loaned out again this season. Pelistri loaned out last season. Ahmed loaned out to Rangers last season. Those guys, between Ahmed and Pelistri, who were bought 2 seasons ago on the last day of the transfer market because they couldn't get Sancho, between them, they've not even played up to 20 games for United. What does that say? What does that say? You see, when you have a good team, Alex Ferguson always did this. He had a good team, but he was always able to integrate youth into a very good team. When the class of 92 came into the United team, there was Mark Hughes, there was Cantona, there's Steve Bruce, there's Pallister. There was Roy Keane already in the team. So they had people. But when you integrate these youngsters, who are they looking after? Maguire? McTominay? People who can't figure out what they're doing on their own game? That's the problem. You can't put in youth when there's no one to lead them. There are no leaders there. But back in the day, they had leaders. Look at the team that won the 1996 FA Cup. You had Cantona. But class of 96, class of 92 were there. Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, David Beckham, Nicky Butt were all in that team. But there was Cantona there. There was Steve Bruce there. There was Gary Pallister there. There was Mark Hughes. They had the experience there. There was Dennis Irwin there. So there was the experience to merge the youth into the team. But you can't merge these youth into this team because they're not enough experienced guys who know what they're doing. That's the problem. Spurs got Bissouma from Brighton, a player who United should have gotten. He's a central defending mid. Did you watch Bissouma against Man United last season when they beat us 4-0? You see how that guy played? Don't look at the quality. What quality Conte has instilled into Spurs. Did you see the game against Chelsea? The old Spurs would have lost that game. But he put it into the mental thinking, you fight to the very end. For us, we go a goal down, heads drop. We go 2 goals down, it's game over, lights out. That's what we are. We haven't got a tough mentality. We give up too quick. The difference between the previous teams, because the players then fought for the badge to the very end of the whistle. These guys, 1-0, they're done. Heads out, lights out. It's all over. All right? If McTominay is United's captain, I'll give you $100, £100, wherever I'm in the world. If he isn't, you go pay me. All right? I guarantee you, they ain't making that guy no captain, no time, no soon. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. But you got to understand, Conte is a very passionate manager. The reason United didn't go for Conte because he doesn't listen to the board. He fights the board. That's why. Why did he leave Inter Milan? He won the league title of Inter Milan. Then Inter Milan wanted to start selling the players who won the title. He said, I'm out of there. If you don't want to maintain your winning, then I'm not going to keep rebuilding teams and keep selling my players. He was out. He joined Spurs halfway through the season and he got them to 4th. Now he's starting them from the beginning. Do you know the bookies have said Spurs will be in top 3? That the 4th spot is between Chelsea, Arsenal, United. I'm not going to put United in top 4. Man United, if they finish above 7, will be a miracle. Will be a miracle. Do I want them to fail? No. I want them to win. I want them to win the title, but they can't win the title because they don't have a good enough team. That's the bottom line. That is what it is. It is what it is. You can't cover shit with perfume. It's still going to smell of shit. That's the truth. I like your optimism. But I'm a realist. That would be nice if Maguire could improve. It would be nice if he could head the balls and score and stop heading the balls and kicking and heading his own teammates. That would be great. That will be great. I want every United player to do well. But when you don't have the right tools and you have square pegs in round holes, there's always going to be a problem. That's why. The forward 3 can't get the ball because the midfield cannot get the ball. The midfield cannot get the ball because they're not good enough to hold the ball and pass the ball. That's the problem. Why the forward 3 don't get the ball. You see where I'm going with this? We have McFred holding our midfield. When both of them play together, there's always a problem because they are not good enough. They are not going to implement Eric Ten Hag's tactics. They can't implement it. Yeah, it's only game two. I'm optimistic. I want United to win. I will. If I told you that I want United to win the title, people are gonna think I'm on drugs. But I know they can't win the league title. The only way they could win a league title is if Liverpool and Chelsea and Man United and Man City have a catalogue of serious injuries that depletes the whole team. And even that, look at the quality of goals we're conceding. Did you see the first goal? United made the throw in, lost the ball somewhere, somehow, the midfield between McTominay and Fred lost the ball. Then Ericsson lost the ball. Then De Gea made his mistakes. Then Maguire and Shaw. That is the same mistakes we made last season. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. That was game number 7 we've lost in a row away. We have not won any game away for the last 6 games. That's the truth. The records speak for themselves, mate. I don't make this stuff up. It is what it is. Do you think I want United to lose? And listen to this every day and every week from my friends back home in England. The Arsenal, most of my mates are all Arsenal fans. You think I want to hear that every week? And my Liverpool fans like, we're gonna thrash. You think I want to hear that? I don't. But I have no choice but to listen to it because this team will keep on messing up because they can't play as a team and they're not good enough. That's the truth. In goalkeeper, I would sign in place of De Gea. That's a good question. I mean, if I had a choice, I would get Liverpool keeper. If I had the money, I'll buy the Liverpool keeper. But I know I can't do that. Henderson is a you see, the problem with De Gea is this, and it's always been his Achilles heel. He doesn't command his box. He's a good shot stopper, but he doesn't dominate his area. An example was you just saw this against Aston Villa in the preseason. He stands on his line, the corner comes in right over him, and he stands there instead of going out there. I don't know how long you've been a United fan. If you remember the great Peter Schmeichel, he was once the ball comes in, he's out there. But De Gea sits on his line, and that's always been De Gea's problem. He doesn't dominate his box. That's his only problem. The problem I have with him. He stays there and doesn't command his box. He's a shot stopper. He's a good shot stopper, but he doesn't dominate or control his penalty area, and that's his problem. So, in reference to Henderson, Henderson is a better. He defends his box a bit more than De Gea, but his attitude after what he just said, I don't think he's coming back, mate. I don't think that he's going to come back to this club. The guy from AC Milan is a good goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper. He's good. I've seen him. He was part of the winning team of last season. But would they sell? I don't think they're going to sell him. I don't think so. I don't think AC Milan are going to sell. You know, do you think De Gea's come to the end of his career? Do you think De Gea's finished? I mean, he has saved United last season. You got to look at it. There were some goals we could have, as bad as we were, he held it together. We could have been worse. Had Ronaldo not scored those goals and De Gea not saved those goals, you could just imagine. We would have been. Let me see. They did an analysis recently. They took away all the games Ronaldo played in and took all the points. You know where we finished? 15th. 15th. That is how bad we were. Yet they say Ronaldo's the problem. You see, the press always have a way of trying to shift the blame. But I cannot wait for Ronaldo's interview a couple of weeks. He's coming out of an interview of all, because he's always said it. You don't always have to believe what you hear. And I cannot wait for that interview. And let's hear the truth. Let's hear it. Let's hear it out. If I was Ronaldo, the only problem I have with Ronaldo is the way he's going about it, saying but we don't know if this is the truth. Because the press know how to make so much stories up. He wants a club that's ambitious. But this club is not ambitious. They don't want to win titles. Because if you want to win titles, you will buy players who will win your titles, not second or third or fourth or fifth choice. No. Think about it. All the players we buy, nobody wants them. No, how many players have we competed with? All right, De Jong, Chelsea won it. Other than that, what player have we bought that another team wanted? None. Because all the players we buy, nobody really wants them. And even if they compete with us, we probably won't be able to compete. We are that bad when it comes to competing and negotiating contracts. All we do is throw money at them and make them overpay them. And how the hell is a player who's overpaid going to be passionate? If we get new owners, new owners, as in, if we have new owners, I would say I'll give the girl. I think the girl's literally got one more good season in it. One more good season. My ideal 11 would be United. Would be Malaysia left back, Dalot right back, Veron. This is my Veron and Martinez centre backs. In the midfield, in the midfield, in the midfield, I will have De Jong. I will have Neves as a CDM, and I will have so I have you got that's my back four. Then in the mid, my three midfielders would be De Jong, Neves as a CDM, and I would have Bruno, but he needs to get act together. And the front three, I'll have Sancho, Martial, and Ronaldo. I won't even bother with Rashford. I would not bother with Rashford. But if I have money, I'll bring in Anthony, put Anthony on the left, put Sancho on the right, and we're good to go. Ronaldo in the front. But they have to have the pace to go forward and create the balls. And because that midfield with Neves as a CDM, he knows how to spray the ball around. He can pass the ball around. Then you give it to De Jong, who will do the running in the midfield. And if, as far as Bruno is not erratic, that'd be my first 11. All right, let me hear your 11. Let me see your 11. Let me see your 11. Type your 11, your new 11 for me. One position, right? Okay. Malaysia, Varane, Hakimi. Okay. United are trying to buy Casido at the moment from Brighton. I don't know if they're going to get him. Hakimi, Varane, Malaysia. Okay, back four. De Jong, Casido. Okay. So what of the? Okay. Oh, it's been a day. It's been a day. It's been an absolute pleasure, bro. I really appreciate you joining us today. I really, really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Anthony Sancho Rafford. So, the only problem I have with Rashford, I have one problem with Rashford. He goes down blind alleys, head down, and just keeps running. Sancho as a 10. He did play as a 10 for Borussia Dortmund a few times, but I don't know if he could play a 10 in the Premier League. Because he won't have a lot of time to settle on the ball. But because you see, I think we cried for a right winger for so long. Now they were playing him on the left. That I find a bit stupid. Just play the guy on the right. But Dalot puts more crosses into the box than Sancho. That I find it like, why is that the case? I thought they did well in the preseason, Sancho and Dalot down the right. I thought there'd be the relationship between them. But it is what it is. Sancho he played the 10 for he played as a 10 at times for Borussia Dortmund, but for United with Bruno, well, your lineup is not bad. I like the midfield of De Jong and Casido. Casido's a very good player. But you see, United they want him now, but they're only going for players now because they can't get anyone else. You see what I mean? They spent 3 months, literally 3 months and 3 weeks, chasing De Jong. And are we even gonna get him? I don't know. Say we don't get him, then what? McFred's still there? They went for a very long season, a very long season. Pedro Neto. Okay, yeah. I will get Pedro Neto. He's a very good player. But you see, United, if you notice, right, Rafa has been there since 2015 when he broke in with Louis Van Gaal. So he's been there kind of like 7 years now, 7 seasons, but he's not really improved. There was one time, if you remember clearly, there was one time Rafa was being compared to Mbappe. Mbappe is miles ahead of Rafa. Rafa has literally just, is that the best? Is this as far as Rafa's gonna go? Now we're ahead of PSG wanted him. I don't know about that. We were looking at this guy from at West Ham last season, I think, if my memory serves me right. He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player, but we'll just. You see, there's some players I want to watch. I want to see Casido. I watched him, and he's a very good player. I like Basima. I like Casido. There was this guy who used to be a good defensive midfielder for Watford. I can't remember his name now. It was really good. But United, I don't know why they've not looked for CDM. I don't know why. I thought that would have been a priority. But they're just looking for other parts. They're not, maybe Eric Ten Hag's system is not to use a CDM, but we need a CDM because we don't have one. We don't have a natural cultured CDM. Uh, well, I don't know about Mason. I can't talk about Mason at all. I don't know if he'll come back. I don't know if he'll come back. I can't say I can't say anything about Mason because if what happened is he's done, he will be done. So you can't count something that you don't have. You have to work with what you have. So let's forget that Mason's even there till whatever case is resolved. If he's found guilty, it's over. The evidence they have against him, what my friends told me back home, is quite a lot, but it is what it is. It's not my place to discuss that, but it is what it is. Don't United, United had an opportunity to sign Jude Bellingham. He chose Borussia Dortmund over Man United. That was Ole. Ole, they gave him a tour of Man United Football Club. They gave him a tour, showed him the greatness of the club. The guy looked around, looked at the coaching, and went to go play for Borussia Dortmund. We don't have the pulling power anymore. That is what we've lost. We've lost the pulling power. Players used to love to come play for Man United, but we're barely in Champions League these days. So what can we really offer? So United just throw money at them. That's the problem. Because players, United are not a pulling power. Most players rather play for Liverpool, Man City, or Chelsea, Liverpool. Even players who go play for Spurs. What you got to understand, players these days want to play Champions League. Not a lot of them want to play Europa League. See what I mean? Because that Europa League, Thursday, Sunday. Who wants to be doing that? Nobody wants to do that. But Champions League, everybody wants this Champions League. So we don't have the pulling power we used to have. Every season, we're not in the Champions League. We're going further and further down the pecking order. See what I mean? It is the truth. It is what it is. Bellingham's a very good player. I would love to have him at United, but he won't come to United. He won't. Because he sees this club is a sinking ship. He does, because, and it's a true fact, a lot of players who've come to United have either gone backwards in terms of their talent, as in the football just gone, it's gone left. United doesn't improve players. So think about it. Do you not think by now, I mean, Rafa has played under Van Gaal, Ole, Ragnick, and now Erik Ten Hag. So he's played, same with Martial, they played under so many managers. But they've not improved where they were. Radford has not improved from where he was. Oh, he can run, but he just runs into blind alleys. He's not improved as a player. Like I said, he was at one point they were saying, "Oh, he is between him and Mbappe." Mbappe's left him miles away. He's nowhere near Mbappe. No way. You know, Martial is a technically better footballer, but he has a bad attitude. He sometimes can't be bothered. He can't be bothered, but he's a very good player. He's a very good footballer, but he has a very bad attitude. So that's the difference. I like Martial. I'm a very big fan of Martial, but if he can, Erik Ten Hag could bring him back to. But Erik Ten Hag has a lot to improve in this team. He can bring the best out of players, but it's up to the players who do they really want to improve. That's the problem. Do they want to improve? They have to want to improve. If they don't improve and just want to stay where they are, because they always say when somebody who's really good comes to your club, you all like, well, it's like when Ronaldo joined United. It's like, all right, this is the level. But instead of you trying to get to that level of work rate, instead you're like, I can't be bothered with that. Who does it? You know, the envy, the jealousy, the backbiting, the hate is too much. Just watch and learn from the best. That's all. Ronaldo learned from the best. He listened to Roy Keane, listened to Rio Ferdinand. They told him, bro, cross the ball and stop over dribbling. He had to stop it and learn. Ruud van Nistelrooy said the same thing. Ruud van Nistelrooy said to Ronaldo at 18 and a half years old, Ronaldo said, I'm going to be the greatest footballer in the world one day. Ruud van Nistelrooy said, he just laughed at like, yeah, right. In Nistelrooy's book, he said, I thought he was joking, but he achieved what he needed to achieve because he worked hard. Players these days don't want to work hard because the money's more and they can't be bothered. They're all about social media following. And that's where they are. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, bro. Absolute pleasure chatting with you tonight. It's been great. I've had a great time. I've had a great show. So all we United should do is the things that could have been avoided was sign players at the right time. When the time is right, you get the best deal. The early bird gets the worms. You can't buy a winter coat in summer and you can't buy a summer coat for winter. It doesn't work, but that's what we do. When the market was there, we did not buy. When the market is closed, we're not trying to rush players. We're rushing. So we're literally just scraping. How many players have we looked at? Rabiot, yeah, he said no. Casemiro, no. Even this guy of we spoke to Atletico Madrid. What's his name? Matthias Kunta. He said no. Camaro said no. Rabiot, I mean, that guy's an asshole. Arnautovic, I mean, Arnautovic, really? This is where this club is going. Anthony, that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Timber said no because Louis Van Gaal. Now we're looking at Aubameyang, Morata. Why are we looking at Morata, for crying out loud? This is a player everybody's always. He only plays for one. He only plays for one season, and everyone they ship him off. But United are trying to try and get him because we're desperate. We're just, when something just scratching anything. When just scratching anything that comes up, I'll get it. I'll take it. That's where we are. I guarantee you, Pelistri and Ahmed are below that again this season. I guarantee that. Bellingham will be a good player, but United, he won't come to Man United because he can see if he comes to United, his career will go backwards. He knows that, so he won't come. He will be a very good player for Man United, but this is not the right time for him. He won't come. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining our show tonight. I really appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. United are scrambling for players. A lot of players are turning United down, saying no to United. United are now looking at players like Jamie Vardy. What's his name from Brighton? Casino, he's a very good player. I think, can United get him? Yes. I mean, I would love Casemiro, but Casemiro's not going to leave Madrid and come to Man United. That ain't going to happen. No way in hell. We lost out to Benjamin Sesko. He said he was going to go. He's not coming to United. He'd rather go to RB Leipzig. So, there's so many players who United. There was a Sasa Dukovic who is saying he's staying at Stuttgart. He was a striker, but he doesn't want to come to United. So it's just tough. But I don't know why United want to save Jamie Gardner. I don't know why they want to sell him. That don't make any sense. They don't even play him. They even try him. Selling him. That's just stupid. Now United are looking at Dembele from Lyon. We're just looking at anybody and everybody. Anybody who could wear a shirt, United are looking at. We're just desperate. No plan. Just anything that sticks. But Liverpool next. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.